Hi guys, here is the FlashPorter portable photo video backup and storage device. In this video clip I'm going to go through with you the folder view so you can get an idea of how the navigation in folder view works. After you back up your photos and videos, other files into FlashPorter, you can use the folder view to find the files and to view them or do basic file management tasks. So let's go ahead. The storage device that I'm going to access is up here in the corner. That's the internal drive for FlashPorter. You'll see that I have the 2 terabyte SSD installed, and it shows that I'm using up to about 2 gigabytes, so not very much at all. So let's go ahead and I'm going to click through there, and this is the folder view. So in folder view I can press plus and minus, and it's going to give me a series of different looks at the folder view. This is what we call list view with thumbnail. It'll list out everything here, and then there's a thumbnail of the item that you're looking at. If you see here, it's the backup folder. Within the backup folder, it's telling me that there's 8 subfolders within the backup folder. I can go here. This is just the plain list view, so it's a little bit faster. We don't have to deal with the images loading onto the screen. This is the small thumbnails, this is the medium thumbnails, and this is the large thumbnails. It'll tell you what your file path is. So if I click in the backup here, you'll see that it's HD backup is my file path. And I have 1 out of 2 pages that I can view. And then basic information about the cursor item is down here. So that's the file name, that's the date, and that's the time. So let's go ahead and get something interesting to look at. Why don't we go March 23. So the date code, and this is a default date code that FlashPorter uses when it makes backups. It'll tell you the year, the month, the day. It'll tell you the device type that you're using, CF, SD, MSD, USB, and it'll tell you the sequence number. So in this case, you'll see I have 0102. That's because I did 2 backups of SD cards on the same day. Now, I'll discuss it in the backup video, but you can choose any folder that you want to back up into. So I could have very well just had SD01 and backed up both of these into the same folder if that's what I wanted to do. Or I can just create any name I want. But that is a discussion for another video. So let me go ahead and go into this SD1. So now you're going to see these are all my JPEG files within SD1, and I have 1 out of 4 pages here. So I'm going up and down. If the file names mean something to you, this is a convenient way to get through a lot of files. I can click up and down. If I go left and right, you'll see that it's jumping by pages just by clicking left and right. If I go back a step, it's going to show me the list view with thumbnails. So I see a thumbnail, I see basic EXIF information here. And if I go the other way, I get my small thumbnail screens, and then I can go to the second screen. I get my medium thumbnail screens and my large thumbnail screens. So if I want to see a photo full screen, I can do that. Select the photo, press enter, and it'll show me the photo full screen. I want to go back in the navigation. Anytime I want to go back, it's pretty standard, but it's the back button or the cancel button. And in these different screens, we have different menu options. So you can show the EXIF, you can hide the EXIF, you can see the histogram, you can hide the histogram. This is the counter information up here. This is the image info down here. So if you just want a clean picture without any information on it, we'll do that. You'll see the letterboxing here, and that's, I'm sure you guys know this, but that's just because this is a 4:3 ratio screen, and this is a 3:2 photo from a DSLR. Let's see. File management. So on this photo, if I want to do basic file management, I can copy it, I can cut it, I can export. And export, what export will do is that it'll ask me a location to export. So if I had a USB flash drive connected, I could export it into a USB flash drive. I can export it into a dedicated folder, or basically any file location, and delete. So if I go back here, you'll see that in this view, I have a few different menu options. I can do a selection, so I can do multi-select, and I can select individual photos. I can select a range of photos, and then with that selection, I can perform all these common menu functions. I can sort them. I can have them go A to Z or Z to A, alphabetical, increasing and decreasing. I can sort them by date, increasing and decreasing, and I can sort them by file size, increasing and decreasing. File management option is the same as you saw with the one photo, but in this view, since you're in the folder, you'll see that you have new folders, so you can create new folders, and you can also rename photos or folders. And let's see, and then the last one is add to playlist. So if I wanted to, out of these few photos I have here, if I wanted to select 5 of them, or 5 or 10, whatever you need, create them into a playlist, I can do that. go through, select add to playlist, and I can make that into a playlist. And then with the playlist, I can just have that sequence as a playlist, or I can export to an external memory device the original files. So that's kind of convenient way of sharing photos. So I think that's it. So basically, this is the folder view. It's simple. It's nothing new. I'm sure that everybody's pretty familiar with this type of folder view structure. But it's convenient to have this out in the field in a compact device. So hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, post a comment or email us. Thank you.